Hey ukulele friends, it's Sam. As promised, I'm making a tutorial video on fingerpicking for you guys. So, without further ado, we're going to talk about a few things today. The first thing we're going to talk about is the hand, the fingers, and what values, what strings they're assigned to. Make it super easy. Once you have that foundation and you get used to certain fingers going to certain strings, the rest of it is pretty much a breeze. After that, I'll give you guys some exercises, and we'll also work on Travis picking as well to talk about that a little bit more. So, first things first. Right hand. In notation, P is thumb, because the Italian word for thumb starts with a P. I and M. Thumb, index, middle, P, I, M. Also A, but we don't really use that in ukulele. P, I, and M. And P, I, and M are all assigned specific values, specific strings. They have responsibilities to their string. Thumb pulls the double duty. G and C. G, C, G, C. That is the thumb's responsibility. Index's responsibility is E. A is the middle finger. So when I know that I need to hit the A string, I'm always going to use my middle finger. If you can make that association early on, it makes it so much easier than trying to memorize a bunch of patterns and this one. Just memorize where the fingers need to go first. If you can memorize that, it's much easier. So, thumb, index, middle. Okay, or P, I, M, if we were saying it in proper notation. And that's how we'll refer to it for the rest of the video. P, I, and M. Let's get used to that for a minute. There's some exercises that we can do. First of all, to make for happy spouses and family or people around you, so we're not just playing the same notes again and again in their ear. So we're going to mute the fretboard, and we're going to go P, I, M. P, I, M. P, I, M. And I want you to get used to doing that. One thing you'll note too, I don't always do this, but especially when you're learning finger picking, I strongly commend this to you. Take your pinky finger, you can also take the ring finger, but I usually just take the pinky and rest it right here on the ukulele itself. That way, it gives stability to these upper two fingers. A lot of time when we're playing, we start to kind of pull up and this happens, and we start to miss the strings. It makes it harder when we're first learning. Keeping this finger here will create stability so the fingers know exactly where to go. They're just kind of hovering over it. Okay, again, half the time I'm playing I don't do it, but for learning purposes, definitely do it so that way you can help your fingers out. Give them a fighting shot. Now, from there, once you start getting comfortable with going P, I, M, P, I, M, P, I, M, start doing the full thing. P, I, M, go back. I, P, I, M, I, P, I, M, I, P. And just by itself, that makes a beautiful little arpeggio, tremolo, whatever you call it. Check it out. That's C. It's also a really good exercise for your fingers, and it makes for pleasant background music. I'm having a conversation with my friends in the garage. Half the time I'm just randomly changing chords and practicing this. Also, it works great for anything that's 6/8 time, which is a really fast 3/4 time. For instance, I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. So it really works well for a lot of things, and it's also a fantastic exercise. So get used to it. Again, it's P, I, M, I, P, I, M, I, P, and just keep doing that. Go down and up, down, and just keep moving up and down. Once you have that, and you can start to get it fast, right, and get it to speed, then start playing with it. Just start seeing if you can go to random strings. Pluck, okay, just start moving fingers. They'll know what strings to hit. If you're there and you're comfortable and your fingers can hit the strings they're supposed to hit in just about any order you deem, then you know you're comfortable with it and the fingers have been properly assigned. Now, let's move on to some Travis picking for a moment. Travis picking is really any kind of syncopated Travis picking, finger picking. What really signifies it, though, what makes it stand out as Travis picking, is the thumb alternating itself. What I mean by that is, or rather alternating strings. Travis picking, you're going to see a lot of this. That's the thumb doing its thing. So I did C, so we'll cover that in a second, but here's the basic pattern for Travis picking. It's a syncopation. We're going to go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and the way we're going to do that is we're going to go outside, inside, outside, inside. So the thumb is going to start P and then middle. So that's our A string, our G and our A. So we're going outside, outside, G, A. Okay. From there, G, A, we're going to go inside, C, E, C, E, C. So thumb is hitting C as it's supposed to, and index is on E. So we're going outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. And just practice that. You'll have a few hiccups, and that's good. That's when you're actually learning it. You're forcing your muscles to do it the right way again and again and again. So you'll get it. I promise you, you'll get it. If I can do it, you can do it. So we have outside, inside, outside, inside. P, M, P, I'm sorry, P, M, P, I, P, M, P, I, P, M, P, I, P, M, P, I. Thumb, middle, thumb, index. Thumb, middle, thumb, index. However you want to say it to yourself. And that's it. Just start practicing that. And that is the syncopation. It's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and half, 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 half. So from there, we can start to change the syncopation a little bit. Before I do, once you get it faster, it makes a beautiful little finger picking pattern all by itself. And it's a good exercise to get you used to Travis picking, and it's its own pattern. So from there, we can start to play with it a little bit more. The timing we're going to use now is 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So there's a pause on 1. And again, we're going to maintain outside, inside. Instead of just going G here with thumb, I'm going to do thumb and middle at the same time. G and A with my thumb and middle finger. Now I'll do my inside, outside. Inside, outside, inside. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm going outside to the thumb and middle finger, P and M, and then the rest is the same. Index, I'm sorry, thumb, index, thumb, middle. It's the same as if I had gone, except instead of 1 and 2 and half, half, it's whole, half, 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 half. If you understand musical timing at all. Otherwise, just guys, it's bum, 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 bum. And you can utilize that all over the place. Folk music, you can do it for really fast, like jazz ragtime kind of stuff. I use it for a lot of that too, just to kind of jazz something up a little bit. So if we do it, I'll do it with C again. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and you just keep doing that again and again. Once it gets faster, and you can start to use that. Then you start to get into some Simon and Garfunkel stuff. It works really beautifully for folk. I mean, absolutely. Simon and Garfunkel used this a lot in their guitar work. And one of the cool things I learned on the guitar, Travis picking is the same. You have extra strings, so you just scoot up a string and you continue to do this pattern, and it works exactly the same. Or you reach out, and instead of going this one and this one on a guitar, you would just pluck one more up and make a bassier note. So it all works the same. If you can learn this, you can start to work on classical guitar. You can learn other arpeggios, but simply by learning the first thing we talked about, which was P, I, and M, and making sure that they're assigned to strings, the entire world of finger picking lies at your footsteps, because you know now, these fingers now know where they need to go. You can make things up. You can make up your own finger picking styles. Do whatever you want. But have fun with it, and now practice it, practice it, practice it, and then practice it some more. Mute the fretboard so you don't annoy anyone around you. Have fun, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys soon.